Who is Jesus? If the letter J did not exist until the late 1500s. The first thing you do when you hear that question, if you don't know, is research. Google when the letter J was created. Go to ChatGPT, ask them when the letter J was created. Siri, Alexa, I don't do ask, do research. But you'll see that it was created in the late 1500s. Now, once you do the research and you see that it was created in the late 1500s, you ask this question. If the letter J was created in the late 1500s, who came 2,000 years ago? Because they said Jesus came 2,000 years ago, but the letter J was created in the late 1500s. So either somebody done changed something or somebody don't know how to count. Because if the letter J was created in the late 1500s, then Jesus, Jesus, could not have came 2,000 years ago. So who are you following? Who is this Jesus that you're following? Jesus is a society of Jesuits. Look up the Jesuits. When you look up the Jesuits, it's going to tell you that the Jesuits is a society of Jesus. But keep in mind that the letter J, because you go, oh, they with Jesus. That fast, it caught your mind. Because you're looking at the name and you're programmed to think, to see that name, that J. It's not about the word, it's about the letters. See, in order to comprehend this, you have to know the language. If you don't know the language, you're not going to know the meaning. Let us go down and confuse their tongue, Genesis chapter 11. See, English letters are Latin letters. The English letters are Latin letters. So it would have been no reason to make English, right? Wrong. When they made English, they changed the sound, the frequency, the way things are said. This is why you get A-E-I-O-U instead of A-E-I-O-U. Latin came from lati, L-A-T-I, latitude, up and down, wide. North America, South America. There were all women here first, remember? And the first woman created a language to communicate with her son, the firstborn son. And it was called Lati. The one that they call the black woman in America. That bloodline runs back to the first woman that was ever here and birthed the rest of the women. And with the science, the women from the north, because remember they spread it all over. They went east, west, north, south. But the women from the north, which is the one that they call the black woman, are the first ones to birth the first male child. That's what the story of the so-called Jesus is about. It's all in code. King James wrote a code. That's why he was murdered. He was supposed to put the J. He put the I. The I would have let us know that they're talking about us. He was warning us in the letters, in the Bible. But before the King James 1611 could reach us, they killed him. Remember the last video I just showed you, it says, it shows in the King James 1611, the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, that mother God is wisdom. But they tell you that it is no mother. So if they tell you it ain't no mother, but the 1611 tell you it is a mother, you think they telling you the truth about Jesus? Come on now. If I can get you to think you save yourself, you in danger. For real. They got you reincarnating yourself. They got you just eating all type of things and living all type of ways and thinking that all you got to do is believe in Jesus and ask for forgiveness and you go to heaven. Yeah, you go to heaven all right in a reincarnated body coming right through another mother. These bodies aren't supposed to die. That's what the whole teachings of the so-called Jesus was about. Just in case they was to conquer us, just in case they did figure out that he put the I instead of the J, he put the teachings in there, the four gospels. That's where the teachings is. That showed us our possibilities, what we can do. The story is about us. The New Testament, the New World. What do they call the New World? America. Wake up. If I can get you to think, you save yourself. The Old Testament is the old world. All that, the Israelites and all that stuff. Y'all talking about y'all the Israelites. You ain't no Israelites. That was over there. The Old Testament, that's over there. We're the New Testament. The one they call the black woman is Mother Mary, Mother of America. That's why Hail Mary, Mother Mary, please forgive us for our sins. Who was those Catholics praying to? Because Christianity was not first. Christian was first. And the first Christian religion was the Catholic. And they prayed to the mother. And they was praying to who? Mother Mary, Mother of America. Mother Mary, Mother of America. A-M-E, Ame, which is love. R-I-C-A, rica, which is rich in Latin. Ame rica. That's love rich. You put it together, you get America. The truth hidden in the plain sight. Why you think they used to always say black people just love? They just love, love, love. Now go look at the teachings of in the New Testament. What is that? Love, love, love. You won't, if I can get you to think you'd save yourself. That's what the code was about. To warn us that they was coming, but we didn't get it in time, so he left the code. Well, why didn't they take that out? They took everything else out. Why didn't they take that out? Because they changed it to Jesus. They wanted you to follow that, but they wanted you to follow Jesus. So they changed the I to a J, and they made you think that somebody outside yourself lived like this. Somebody outside yourself, the one that came to show you this, to teach you this, when it was you teaching the world this and translating them using the language L-A-T-I, latitude. Why? You went worldwide with it. You went worldwide with it, and you were teaching the world how to live. The one they call the black man, sons of the one they call the black woman. That's why they say she was a virgin, because she had a boy. We see the women birthing women all the time. So that's not the greatest story ever told. The greatest story ever told was when she birthed a man. That's how he's supposed to look. So she gave the blueprint of how the man will, and it was the black man. That's why if you put him in sports, if you put him in movies, he dominates anything you put him in. If you allow him to be himself, don't control his, you see what I'm saying, his mind, but allow him to be himself, he'll dominate it. Why? Not because he's better, but because he was here first. And he comes from the woman that was here first. She can do even greater. And that's why they oppress her the most. They give him a little leeway because they need that manpower, but they don't need to give her a little leeway because she will take over. But if she take over, it won't be no more dying. It won't be no more sickness. It won't be no more pollution. It won't be no more corruption. It won't be no more harming. It won't be no more danger. They love danger, but they don't like to be in it. So they put you in danger and they survive off of it. So who is Jesus? Well, Jesus, Jesus, is Jesuits. Remember, the language changed, the frequency changed. If you look in the King James 1611, the very first King James Bible, it's not Jesus, it's Iesus or Iesu. It's not even the S. They put the S on there to close it up. Everything ends in a vowel. Every word ends in a vowel. A, E, I, O, U. Spiritu. That's spirit. Spiritu in Latin, which means breath. Iesu. I in Latin, the I in Latin is the ego. Ego means myself. Myself is the mind. The A in Latin, the alpha, the mother. The E, that's the daughter. That's the thought. The I, the son, that's the mind. The O, the father, that's the omega. The U, the U, that's the universal breath. That's the universal breath. Uni. That's the universal breath. The universal breath breathes positive and negative. The mother and the father. The masculine and the feminine. That's what the breath breathes, in and out. In feminine, out masculine. Look at the part. Look at the body parts. Man is out, woman is in. Now breathe in. It rushes your brain. Breathe out. Exhale. Out is action. In is thought. You have to think before you act. This is why she's A, alpha, and he's O, omega. And this is what Yesu was talking about when he said, I am first and the last, the beginning and the end, the thought and the action, the alpha and the omega. I am the thought and the action, manifested in the flesh. Basically showing that's who you are. I am. Remember, the I is myself. So whenever you see the I, is talking about you. They reading you the Bible wrong. That's why they left the code. The kingdom is within. They knew that was going to go over your head. If the kingdom is within, then this whole 4 gospels is talking about you. And that's what the one they call the black man was spreading across the world. That type of, this is you. Telling everybody in the world. And when they saw that, the Greeks, and they created the Romans, and then they started the English language, and taking the language from us, and then creating Latin sealing it up with a consonant instead of a vowel, ending it with a vowel, because it was Latin in, the dead language, the dead people. And they took that and they gave you the J. And that's why King James was murdered, because he put IESU instead of JESU. The J is the I with a fish hook on the bottom, curve to the left. Make an I and put a fish hook at the bottom of it. Curve to the left. See if that's not the J. They're fishing for minds. Follow me, I'll teach you to be fishers of men. Men in Latin is mind. Out of the age of Pisces, we just came. We was in the age of a Pisces for 2,000 years. When did he come? 2,000 years ago. We just came out of the age of Pisces, the age of belief, the age of the fishers of men, mind, the age of the mind. They was fishing for your mind. It's a belief system. Believe in Jesus. Believe in God. Believe. Now you're going to know, because this is the age of Aquarius. I'm about to give you the science.